Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for Tuesday, February 11th. We have 4 picks for you to consider in the video, so stay tuned to hear all 4. Also, click that link down below to get in the Discord for free to get more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers. With that trial we have going on right now, so we can lock in for the NBA season with NFL over and NHL, which we've been crushing. You can see in my channel, had a huge week last week, decided to start this week off strong as well. 9-2 day, hitting a 3-man and a 2-man NBA slip as we scroll up. And then you can see the day before I went 5-2 with my NBA picks. We had another capper, Volo, post 5 NBA picks plus 2 NHL and hit them all. Cashing out people in the private Discord like Trey, who hit this massive slip using those picks. $7 to win 329, an absolutely massive hit directly from Avolo's picks. Like I said, getting into PGA as well. We got a PGA guy posting picks and hitting over the weekend as well, and some from the Super Bowl. So check it out. Get in here for that free trial. You're going to want to lock in for the NBA season because we've been crushing with NBA, NHL. Now we got PGA coming up as well. So get in the Discord with that link down below. You guys saw a look inside some of the cappers channels in the private Discord. Some massive winning streaks, people hitting huge slips using our picks, and we're posting daily on all sports. So we'll see you guys down there. Use that link to get that free trial. Now let's get into the picks for this one. First one I'm going to is going to be Joel Embiid over on his points at 27.5. Embiid on these lines I've been loving. He's obviously been struggling this year, but the minutes are starting to pick up for him. And he's been having some pretty decent games. He's been hitting this line pretty consistently. Had 24 points in the first half of their last game before kind of resulted in a blowout, and he didn't play much in the end, or else he would have hit this one. But I think this should be a close game against Toronto. Liking this spot for Embiid, just one he's absolutely been smashing historically, so I like this line. If you look at Embiid on the season, he has hit this one in half of his games this year. Like I said, just came off that game with 27. Would have played more minutes, but the Sixers were down pretty big in the end. They actually made it closer in the end with some of their reserves, but it was a pretty big blowout. You can see he's played the minutes. He played 36 minutes just less than a week ago and didn't play big minutes in this game when they kind of got blown out by Detroit as well. But I think it should be a good spot for Embiid in one that should be fairly close. It should be like an 8-point spread in this game. And if they're up, I think he'll close this one out. So one I'm liking, you can see last year he hit this 80% of his games last year. So an absolutely massive hit rate for him last year. And he should be back up playing over 30 minutes in a close one. So definitely a spot that I'm going to be liking for Embiid in this game against Toronto. I think a good matchup for him. Next one I'm going to go to is Jaylen Wells at 10.5 on the PRA. So this is an extremely low line for Jaylen Wells. Haven't seen this one in weeks, maybe even months on a line like this for him on the PRA. Still starting last game. I think, the starters didn't do super well. He had like a -14 plus minus. So did some of the other starters. And Jaylen Wells' minutes ended up getting cut last game. So I think this line is a direct result of how he played in the last one. Still got the start though, but only got like 12 minutes, which is a low in minutes in a long time. So I'm thinking a good bounce back spot for him against Phoenix. Memphis should come out playing a lot better with this starting unit. So Jaylen Wells should be back in there starting, playing 20 or more minutes in this one. So I'm liking going back to him on a really low line. For Jaylen Wells on the season, he's hit this one 79% of games. Obviously, the last one we were just talking about didn't hit it. He got just 12 minutes. Game before that, 21-21. 2 games before that, 30 minutes. So really low minutes total here, and then got 16 minutes in an absolute blowout. But in this one coming up, I think just too low of a line here. The only times he's played less than 20 minutes in like the last 20 games came in that last game, and then that one was a 40-point game basically as well. So I think he's going to have a good bounce back spot. Really low line, like it's a 79% hit rate for him. And if he gets 19 or more minutes, it jumps up to an 86% hit rate for him. You can use this little minutes filter here on Outlier to show you that. So just a massive hit rate. I expect him to play in the 20s of minutes in a good bounce back game starting again coming up on Tuesday. So I think definitely an overreaction to that one low minute game for him. I think he's going to come back, have a good one on this line that he's been hitting all year. Okay, now we're going to come over to Underdog because they have more games up than they do on Prizepicks. Also, it's good to diversify where you play. You get free money to sign up with, sometimes even higher payouts more promos on other sites. So you got to be on Underdog as well as Parlay Play. Right now I'll show you just with 3 picks over here. We're going to go to this one, Immanuel Quickley, over on his points at 16.5. You get a 6x, which is a massive difference compared to Prizepicks, where this would just be a 5x. It's actually going to be a huge EV play to play on Underdog 3-pick slips compared to Prizepicks. So definitely like playing over here for those 3-pick slips. And then Parlay Play is the place I've been playing even more. Both of these will be linked down below. Parlay Play, $5 free to sign up, plus 100% deposit match. Even higher payouts than Underdog and Prizepicks. So I definitely like Parlay Play. Playing the same lines, you're just going to get higher payouts. I've been playing over here more than I have on Underdog and Prizepicks. So check both of them out down below. They'll be linked there so you can get the top welcome bonus. But we're going to go to Quickley for him. Again, this one's just on Underdog right now, not on Prizepicks. I'm liking it at 16.5 for him. For Quickley on the season, we could see he's only hit this in 5 of 14 games because the minutes limit for him has been in effect for the past 4 or 5 games. I guess last game he got out of it here, getting over 30, which is definitely good to see. But games before that, he played 27, 20, 17, 15. And the first game of the season, he also played only 14 before he got hurt. So a lot of games that you can't really count here when he does play the minutes, 29 or more. He's hit this in 4 of 7 games this year. We can also look last year, just overall, he hit this 56% of the time. And then if he got 27 or more minutes last year, he hit it 71% of the time. So it was a massive hit rate for him last year. And I'm liking this spot. For the Raptors, too, they do have R.J. Barrett hurt. Brandon Ingram not back after they traded for him. So I do think Quickley's going to have a bigger role here against Philadelphia. It's actually a spot I like for him in this matchup. I think a good line, good spot for Quickley. He should be playing in the 30s of minutes if this one's close, off that minutes restriction finally. So I do like going to him. And then for the next one, I like going to Josh Hart under on his points at 15.5. Just a high line for him. He has been shooting more and scoring in these last few games with Anunoby out of the lineup, but I don't think that's going to continue because they still have a ton of guys out there, and Josh Hart historically just has not been hitting this one over the past 2 seasons. He's not a guy that's out there to score a ton usually. This season on the under, you could see he's hit this under 65% of games. But in his last 3 or 4, he's actually hit over on this one, so a little recency bias here in these last few games without Anunoby, but I think he comes back down to earth in this one. Just too high of a line, and then last year it was more of the same, even a higher hit rate on the under on his points at 15.5, so I really like taking the under for Hart. Just a guy who's not out there to score, even though he has been recently, so a lot of times you can't just look at the last 5 games like you see on a site like Prizepicks or something. You got to look at it overall. I think just Josh Hart has his lines propped up too high because these last 3 games where he's been scoring a little bit better and shooting more. I think he comes back. You still got Brunson, Towns, Mikal Bridges in that starting lineup who are going to get a lot of shots up. So Hart, not a guarantee to get the amount of shots he's been getting recently either, so I like taking the under on him. And you guys can get in the Discord for free right now with the trial. Just click the link down below to get in here. More picks for me, plus a bunch of other cappers in all sports. You can see we've been crushing NBA, NHL. One of our cappers inside his channel posted these 5 NBA picks, 2 NHL picks. Hit on the NBA and the NHL that day. People in the private Discord directly copying these picks like Trey. $7 to win $329 using those exact picks from his channel. Just a massive hit for a private Discord member in there. Look at my channel. Last week was a huge one. Went 9-2 with my picks, hitting a bunch of slips, and then the day before that, a 5-2 day. There's been some huge hits. $5 to win $125 from this private Discord member, hitting even more slips. $7 to win $140, and then $9 to win $234 the day before. NHL, NBA picks. So definitely get in here for free. You can get in with that trial, but then you're going to stay in there because we got picks every day. NBA, NHL. Also, if you guys are just on Prizepicks, check out Underdog and Parlay Play. You got higher payouts plus free money on the table on both of these. I've been playing on Parlay Play even more than I have Underdog and Prizepicks now because they have higher payouts for these same picks and a ton of promos going on all the time. So I've been loving Parlay Play. Check them out down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, get in the Discord for free with that trial, and we'll see you over there, and subscribe to the channel.